Welcome to Thoroughbred Racing action here at Gulfstream Park. We've got 11 races on the card, 3 of them stakes races. We'll send it on up to Darren Gagne with the scratches and the changes.
We have sunny conditions here, beautiful, and temperature right now 84 degrees. Winds out of the southeast at 10 miles an hour. Let's take a look at the changes starting in race number 1 today. Scratch numbers 11, 12, and 13. Number 2, Crown Jack, make the rider Miguel Vasquez. And they're off and running to a pretty good start. The last away out of the gate was Oya Thunder, but fast away from the inside is Sky Divine, who's up to challenge early for the lead with Sweet Miss. Now up on the outside, Condora drives right up along the outside to challenge for the lead as well. They're 3 across the track as they race down the backstretch and head for the far turn. Just a little bit over a half a mile left to go here. Sky Divine shows the way by a nose. On the outside, Condora pressuring the leader. Toward the inside, Sweet Miss is 3rd. Outside from 4th position as they swing around the turn is Party Shaker, then a gap of 2 to Alexandra's Song. Then we come further back to Perfectly Imperfect, followed by Crown Jack toward the inside. Then we have Last Glory and Field of Blossoms, and toward the back of the pack after the slow start, Oya Thunder. The quarter was 22-2. They arrive past the quarter pole and arrive at the top of the stretch and turn for home, and Sky Divine still has the lead after a half in 46 seconds flat. Sky Divine with command. Out the center comes Party Shaker, and on the far outside, here comes Alexandra's Song. It's Party Shaker and also now Sweet Miss between horses at a big price. Down to the wire, Party Shaker and Sweet Miss right together, and it's very tight. Maybe Sweet Miss right there with Party Shaker. They were all lined up for the minors as well in 58-4. And they're off and running to a good start. Out in the center, Daisy B is fast away, and she goes out to the early lead as One Track Mind shows from 2nd toward the inside. Speed from Golden Haven toward the inside driving through, but from the far outside, A Ring Thing is now up on the outside to take over the lead as they angle into the first turn, and A Ring Thing has taken the lead and shows the way now by about 2 lengths clear as they head for the backstretch. Daisy B running from 2nd now. Up on the outside, Downton Tabby comes on from 3rd. Golden Haven toward the inside. Out wide next is Love Unlimited, and in between horses we have One Track Mine as they race down the back stretch and make their way past the quarter in 24 seconds flat. On the outside of One Track Mine is Disco Queen moving up, and toward the back of the pack we have Harlan's Legacy and Cat's That Gal. Down the backstretch they go past the half-mile juncture here. The battle continues up front. It's A Ring Thing with command. Up on the outside, Downton Tabby coming after the leader with Daisy B right there. The half a mile was in 48-1, and now they make the swing onto the far turn, and joining the fray in that battle for the lead, 3 wide on the outside is Harlan's Legacy. Now all the way up into 2nd is Harlan's Legacy coming after the new leader, that is Downton Tabby, as they come toward the top of the stretch and near the quarter pole. It's Downton Tabby with the lead on the outside, Harlan's Legacy hounding the leader. A Ring Thing is still in there in 3rd position. In between horses, Daisy B from 4th. Out wide from 5th, here comes Disco Queen. Then toward the inside, Golden Haven. They swing for home. On the outside, Harlan's Legacy has the lead. Here comes A Ring Thing coming after the leader late stages as they come down to the wire in the final 16th. Harlan's Legacy and A Ring Thing to decide it. Daisy B is back there in 3rd. Harlan's Legacy digs in gamely. Harlan's Legacy wins it. A great effort from A Ring Thing, who was home 2nd. Then we had Daisy B, followed in by Downton Tabby, closer then for 5th. Time 1:45 flat.
3 by 4 and moving away.
And they're off and running. Off just a jump slow to the outside was Curlin's Kitten. And the battle for the lead starts with wide right toward the inside. And in between horses, Carolina Traffic. Motown Punk also has speed. And up on the outside from fourth is Tizaduke as they swing around the first turn. Then out wide, both Immense Faith. And also moving up on the far outside is Curlin's Kitten. A mad scramble on here for the top positions. But it is wide right who leads the race early as they swing on to the backstretch. It's going to be wide right with the lead. Up on the outside, moving into that second spot now is Tizaduke. Down toward the inside along the rail is Decisive Pride. The opening quarter was a leisurely 25-1. Out in the center of the racetrack from fourth position and challenging for third now is Immense Faith. And then between horses next, Carolina Traffic, and still out wide as they race down the backstretch is Curlin's Kitten. And we come further back to Motown Punk and Royal Fox Hills as they make their way on toward the far turn with just about a half a mile left to go here. Wide right continues to show the way. Tizaduke on the outside is now applying pressure from second. Right there toward the inside, Decisive Pride is third. Clear sailing right now for Immense Faith from fourth position. And now between horses from fifth is Curlin's Kitten. And toward the inside, Carolina Traffic. Tacking on from the back is Royal Fox Hills. And now the trailer is Motown Punk. The half was in 49-2. 3/4 in 113-3. Past the quarter pole and setting to turn for home here. Wide right has the lead. And now Decisive Pride comes after the leader. Out wide is Immense Faith. And further on the outside, far outside is Royal Fox Hills. Inside the final furlong, and it is wide right with the lead. Immense Faith is coming on, and on the far outside, Royal Fox Hills down to the line. Wide right to take them all the way. Wide right wins it. Over Immense Faith second, and then from between horses, Curlin's Kitten, followed in by Royal Fox Hills, and a gap back to Decisive Pride in fifth. Time 1:42.3. And they're off and running. Miss Saley fast away from the outside, but also away quickly is Avellino toward the inside. Now Avellino punches through with the early lead as they join up with the main track and race down the backstretch. And Avellino has command. Out in the center, Epona's Hope is racing from second position. Chi-Chi toward the inside gets away in third. Genuine Peril is right up there in between horses in the top four as they race through the opening quarter. And they start to aim for the far turn. Just over a half a mile left to go. Avellino still has the lead. Up on the outside, Epona's Hope is applying the pressure. Out wide from third is Miss Saley. Then we have Chi-Chi, and further back to the outside, here comes Hepburn moving up and closing ground as Genuine Peril toward the inside drops back 22-4 for the opening quarter. And toward the back of the pack, Florindia. They race toward the top of the stretch. Avellino has a very short lead up on the far outside. Miss Saley now sticks a nose on top, still fighting on between horses Epona's Hope and Hepburn. Joining the line there, 4 across the track as they get set to turn for home after a half a mile in 45-4. And in the lane on the inside, Avellino continues to fight on gamely. Miss Saley on the outside. Between horses now, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi has found a seam, and here comes Chi-Chi powering through the lane. Inside the final 16th of a mile now, it's Chi-Chi drawing away as advertised. Chi-Chi too good here. Chi-Chi wins the Juvenile Filly Stakes today over Hepburn home second, then Miss Saley third, then Avellino and Epona's Hope. 1:18-2 for Chi-Chi in race 4. And they're off and running. A pretty good start out there. And from the far outside, early speed from Reef Runner. Reef Runner has early speed. And also Catalina Wine Mixer, one of the long shots up into the mix here. And from between horses, Cool Zan and Edgar Perez up to stick a neck in front, Cool Zan and Catalina Wine Mixer. Those two battling for the early lead. Then out wide, Reef Runner. Then toward the inside, King Falero. From between horses, we have Roar Ready up into the top 5 as they race through the opening quarter. They've joined up with the main track now. They are well down the backstretch and headed for the far turn. And Catalina Wine Mixer has the lead at 40-1. A nose on top of Cool Zan from the outside. Punching through between horses, Roar Ready coming on. Then toward the inside, King Falero. Still out wide is Reef Runner. Also from between horses, we have Impromptude and Secret Lover. Further back in the field to Fort Charles. And toward the back of the pack is Iris's Dream. The half a mile was in 46-1. They come toward the top of the stretch. Cool Zan on the outside has a short lead. Roar Ready is now fighting for that command as they get set to turn for home. The favorite, Roar Ready, on the inside of Cool Zan, now sticks a nose on top of Cool Zan, continues to fight on. They are well clear of Reef Runner and Secret Lover as they come through the lane. Late on the scene on the far outside is Fort Charles, but Roar Ready is roaring home inside the final 16th now. Roar Ready is drawing away. Roar Ready, a very sharp winner here today as advertised. Cool Zan home in second. Tight there for third between Secret Lover and Iris's Dream, who was closing late. And then it was Reef Runner, 123-3. And they're off and running. Nowitzki is fast away from the gate with Mr. Moore from between horses. Mr. Moore now takes the lead from Nowitzki. And out wide, here comes Racket, who wants to be up into the early firing line. And Racket comes right up alongside Mr. Moore. Those two battle for the lead, and Racket takes command and crosses over and clears as they race around the first turn. Mr. Moore is 2 lengths back in second position now. From between horses, Nowitzki shows in third. Out wide from fourth is Make 'em Tap. Then toward the inside from fifth, it's a Dorian. About 5 lengths off the lead is a Dorian as they swing on to the back stretch. And still out wide is Make 'em Tap. And then we come further back in the field to Artico. And Dial Him Up is at the back of the pack early. That opening quarter was in 24-3. As they've settled into the backstretch run about midway down the backstretch, Racket shows the way. Racket has the lead by a length and a half. Mr. Moore continues to challenge as they make their way now towards the half-a-mile grounds, and just about a half a mile left to go. Racket still on top over Mr. Moore. Then it's a length back to the outside. Nowitzki has a nose into third over Make 'em Tap, who continues to fight on. Then toward the inside, we have Artico, followed by Travel Guide. The half a mile was in 49-3. Midway around the far turn, headed for the quarter pole next. And now from the outside, Mr. Moore takes a short lead. Racket continues to fight on, and Make 'em Tap looking for room between horses to come on as Nowitzki is still up into the top 4. Toward the inside, saving ground and coming on is Article, and they turned for home. Mr. Moore is the one to catch as they straighten away. 3/4 time was 1:13-2. It's Mr. Moore on the outside. Nowitzki is trying hard, and from between horses, Make 'em Tap down to the line. It's Mr. Moore. Now Make 'em Tap is surging, but Mr. Moore has got it. Mr. Moore wins it. From Make 'em Tap second. Make 'em Tap was second, about 2 back to, then it was Nowitzki, followed by Racket and Artico in 1:45 flat. And they're off and running and a pretty good start. Fast from the center of the pack. Out quickly is Running Rocket as they line up right across the track. Test Factor toward the inside. Comes away quickly now. Roan is also up into the mix early as they race through this opening furlong down the backstretch. And just over a half a mile left to go. Test Factor takes the lead. Running Rocket is second. Up on the outside. Over Mars from third toward the inside. Roan in fourth. Showing fifth on the outside is Bell Mountain. Then we come back toward the inside to Vinsanity and Fastest as they round the turn further back to Wild Caught. And then back in the field, we have Echo Lane toward the back of the pack as well with Amaranto and Vinsanity. As they round the turn, the quarter was 22-1. They arrive past the quarter pole at the top of the stretch and turning for home. And with the lead, it's Test Factor. Test Factor is the one to catch after a half and 45-3. Up on the outside, here comes Running Rocket. Running Rocket coming after Test Factor. And on the outside, Bell Mountain from third. Now Running Rocket takes the lead in the shadow of the wire, and Running Rocket goes on to win it. Bell Mountain charging home late for second over Test Factor third. Then we had Wild Caught fourth, and Fastest was home in fifth. Time 1:03.4. And they're off and running in a very good line. Lace Up had speed from the outside. Now punching from the center is Saint No More, who goes out quickly now to take the early lead. Up on the far outside, Lace Up still has some early speed to challenge. Big Effect toward the inside. They line up across the track. Also between horses, Sound of the Beast is in the firing line. A couple of lengths back to Squints. Further back to Private Thoughts toward the back of the pack. Also up there in the mix, General Ledger is battling in between horses for this early tempo as well. 22-1 for the opening quarter. Less than a half a mile left to go as they bend onto the far turn. Saint No More has a short lead up on the far outside. Lace Up in between horses. General Ledger still fighting on, and Big Effect toward the inside. Saves ground, now punches through, and Big Effect is now through to stick a nose on top as they arrive near the quarter pole. Big Effect on the inside with a short lead. Up on the outside, Saint No More. Then we have Lace Up and General Ledger. And then toward the inside, Squints. And then we come further back to Private Thoughts as they round for home. The half was in 45-2. They're still lined up across the track and battling, and now Sound of the Beast on the outside charges up now. Sound of the Beast has a short lead. Squints toward the inside has saved all the ground, and Squints now comes through. Squints and Hector Diaz Jr. coming through big time to win it. Squints gets home a winner here in the Juvenile Sprint Stakes over Sound of the Beast. And then we had Big Effect followed by Saint No More and Private Thoughts in 1:17-2. And they're off and running for 1 mile and 70 yards, and fast away here from the center with early speed is Golden Voice. Also from between horses, Pacific Princess and out wide Demi Gorgon. And Cozy from the far outside. They line up right across the track as Streaking Gray also joins the firing line as they race around that first turn. And Streaking Gray, the big long shot, is up there to take the lead as they round the turn and head for the backstretch. Pacific Princess on the outside running from second now. Demogorgon on the far outside shows in third, and toward the inside saving ground is Golden Voice. Between them is Current Situation in the top five. Current Situation in that fifth position is only about 3 lengths off the lead. Then we have out wide Cozy next, and Don't Get Pickled. The entire group is covered only by about 4.5, 5 lengths. The opening quarter was 24-3. They are well settled into the backstretch run, and just over half a mile left to go here. Streaking Gray still has the lead at 30-1. In between horses, Pacific Princess is pressing on now. Pacific Princess up to stick a nose on top, and out wide Demogorgon Demogorgon comes on to challenge the new leader. And also coming on between horses and making up ground. Here comes Current Situation, now up to challenge for the third spot. And wide from the back of the pack with plenty of speed coming now is Don't Get Pickled. The half a mile was in 48 seconds flat. They arrived near the quarter pole, getting set to turn for home here. Battle up front on the inside now is Pacific Princess. Up on the outside is Demogorgon. The two favorites going at it as they turn for home. And up on the far outside, Don't Get Pickled is coming on. And also tacking on between horses, Current Situation in the final furlong. It's Demogorgon with the lead. Up on the outside, Don't Get Pickled is trying hard. Demogorgon has it near the wire with Don't Get Pickled still trying, but Demogorgon will hold on to win it. Demogorgon wins it over Don't Get Pickled in second. And we had Current Situation and Pacific Princess right there for third and fourth, and Golden Voice home in fifth in 1:41 and 4.
They're off.
And they're off and running. A pretty decent start. And from the outside, showing early speed, we have West Coast Cowboy. And also between horses, fast away from the outside, Swervin'. And now toward the inside, here comes Legacy Isle to join the firing line as they join up with the main track and race down the backstretch now. And it's Swervin' who has the lead by about a length and a half. Toward the inside is Legacy Isle. In between horses, Bouncer right now shows in third. Out wide, Cazares from fourth. Further to the outside, Swervin'. Also up there as they race into the turn, and Swervin' with that lead by about a half a length over Bouncer. The opening quarter was in 22 and 2, and they bend onto the far turn. Loco Abario out wide is now in third position. Then toward the inside, Legacy Isle is back to fourth, tacking on from the outside and coming on quickly. Here comes West Coast Cowboy, as West Coast Cowboy is now up on the outside from the third position. In between horses, Cazares. As they round the turn for the back, we come back to Dreaming of Kona. Then it's a few lengths back to Midnight Pranks and Lightning Tones. The half a mile was in 45 seconds flat. They bend past the quarter pole and turn for home now, and the battle is up front. On the inside with a short lead is Swervin'. Up on the outside of that is Loco Abario, but here comes Cazares down the center of the track with plenty of speed, and Cazares is up to take the lead, but West Coast Cowboy is right up alongside and coming after the leader. Cazares and West Coast Cowboy down to the line with Dreaming of Kona late on the scene, but it's Cazares to win it. Cazares won it. Dreaming of Kona stayed ground to the inside and rallied late in that picture for second and third with West Coast Cowboy, and then Swervin'. The time was 1:23 and 1. And they're off and running from mile and 70 yards. Out the back door early, Starship Dynasty. The slowest away, fastest away is British Empress. British Empress out quickly for the lead with Gervacious. From the far outside post, comes on to challenge. Gervacious crosses over, now challenges for that lead. As they race around the first turn, Gervacious up to take the lead from British Empress. And it's a gap of about 3 lengths. Back to the outside, Calming Sea comes on in that third position. Then Belshazzar toward the inside is fourth. 2 lengths next to Eskimo Street from 5th position. Then we have Carbonell, and further back to Shiloh as they race down the back stretch and make their way down past the opening quarter in 24 seconds even. And further back in the field, Subtle, Senorita, and Gladiatora. Race down the back stretch, and up front here, the battle continues between Gervacious and British Empress, and on the wide side, Calming Sea is there in third position, about 3 wide. Then toward the inside, it's still Belshazzar. A close-up fifth, only 2 lengths off the lead is Eskimo Street on the outside. The half a mile was in 48.1. They make their way on the far turn now, and from the outside, challenging for this lead is Calming Sea. Calming Sea is up to take the lead from British Empress, and winding up on the outside, Eskimo Street is closing in. Clear sailing now for Belshazzar from 4th position. Then we have Carbonell winding up on the outside next. Dropping back was Gervacious. And then trying to get into the race from the back, both Subtle, Senorita, and Shiloh. They straighten away for home. A short lead for Calming Sea. On the outside, Eskimo Street is trying to get by. Inside the final furlong, Calming Sea has the lead over Eskimo Street. Those two together and fighting through the lane, but it is Calming Sea who has it. Calming Sea will win it over Eskimo Street second, and we had British Empress home third, followed in by Belshazzar and Carbonell in 143.1.
That wraps up Saturday racing here at Gulfstream Park. We will be back with you tomorrow for a 9-race card to end the weekend.